channel and thank you for joining me for Vlogmas Day 6. So I'm just gonna unload our dishwasher really quick before going to our Golden Gal Network event. I feel like I've been waiting for weeks for it to finally get cold. Crown Center is open and they are accepting ice skaters. So it's honestly gonna be a really nice evening. It is cold, but not too cold. And I think we're gonna have a really awesome time. For those of you who don't know, I graduated college in 2020 and that was a really hard year to transition out of college and into the real world, quote unquote. What I loved about college is it brought me closer to my friends, right? Like we had time to spend with each other all day long, where we were in between classes going out to eat or grabbing coffee or going to the library. Like we had 24-hour access to one another, and I feel like the transition was pretty rocky for me, honestly, from, you know, going to college, having access to my friends, to fast forwarding and immediately being dropped in adulthood, right? And everyone kind of scattered. Everyone, you know, is off to chase their dreams and do what they've gone to college for. But it can get really lonely as an adult. I'm like, what the heck? Who am I supposed to invite over? Like everyone has either gone back to where they're from or have moved states away, which I love them and I want them to chase their dreams. But it was a really lonely time for me. I wanted to create a space that is similar to college, where we have a reason to be together, but it wasn't always just, oh, let's go out to supper. I don't know about your friends, but my friends always need some coordination. So I've been stuck in this predicament of, I want to hang out with my friends, but a lot of them live across the world. And of course you can make friends at work, but you also want to have a boundary there between work and friends. And I feel like a lot of people have this problem where they want to connect, they want to make friends, but they don't have a platform to be able to meet and connect with these friends. I've had a podcast for almost 4 years, and what I loved about my podcast is it was a community anywhere. Like I could be anywhere listening to my favorite podcast and people could be listening to my podcast and we were all still connected. I wanted there to be a way that I could bring my online friends in real life. And I struggled with this for multiple years, trying to figure out a way that I could bring my podcast to real life. But of course, like everything, my imposter syndrome started to kick in. I didn't think that I was gonna be good enough to coordinate something like this. And I honestly like stuck my head in the sand. And then the desire became so strong to create a community of individuals looking for their person, looking for their gals, looking for someone to be able to text when they're needing to grab a coffee or needing to vent or want to start a book club or want to have support in their businesses, all these things. And I really had no idea how I was going to accomplish it, how I was going to build a community in real life and to host meetups and connect with people, until I wanted to plan my first event, and it was gonna be at a coffee house, and I got so nervous. I was like, oh, I can't do this. I didn't hardly promote it, didn't really tell anybody about it, and I like was selling tickets, and then I got really nervous and I backed out and I ended up canceling the event, and I sat with that for like 4 months. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I built my confidence back up again. I was like, we've got to do this. This is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fun. And in November, I hosted my first successful event, and it was called Thankful for the Gals. And I was just so amazed by everyone's like just overall joy around it. And I was like, okay, like I had a little bit of success. I can do this. And I have been, you know, brainstorming different ideas on what we could do, and I've been waiting ages for this ice skating event, because for me, ice skating is like one of those childhood memories that you love to do, but as an adult, nobody really goes ice skating anymore unless you have children or, you know, you go with your family. But catching up with your girlfriends and going ice skating, it's not like, you don't normally do that. So the Golden Gal Network, we're having an ice skating event today. And honestly, ice skating is something that I haven't done in so long. I didn't even have like a coat and gloves. I had to buy a new coat because it was like, I don't have anything that would even be closely related to an ice skating outfit. And it honestly got me thinking, how many activities did we do as a child with our friends or our family that we don't do anymore? Kind of like these forgotten activities. So I decided to compile a list of 35 things to do with your friends during the winter season, because I get it. Not everyone can come to a Golden Gal Network event. Hopefully in the future, because this is like a really new, fresh thing for me, hopefully in the future we'll have events like in other places, but during the winter time, you want to hang out with your friends. Maybe you're going back to your hometown. Maybe you are, you know, in a new city that you've never been before. These are great ideas to ask people to go and have fun. So the first one is obviously ice skating. When was the last time you went ice skating? I love to ice skate. I think it's a blast. Anything outside in the winter time that is gonna still keep you warm, like going, well, we'll get into it. So ice skating, you can go to a local rink, you can travel. I had to drive an hour to get to our rink, but ice skating, I would say, don't do it on like a little pond. Okay, go to somewhere that actually has the things put into place that you can safely ice skate, if you will. The next one is winter hiking, which is another activity outside that still keeps you pretty warm, right? Like you're exercising, so it has your heart beating, you're moving your body, and it will generate warmth. I like to do activities outside that are gonna keep me warm. The next one, you could go skiing or snowboarding with your friends. If you live somewhere where you get snow, this could be something that's like, oh, it's local, like we can go and do this. Or you could plan a weekend trip somewhere to go skiing, go snowboarding, go ice skating. Any like destination in the winter is always good. The next one is build a snowman. Personally, I love these childhood activities that don't cost a lot of money and can be done on the fly. You don't have a lot of planning next to them. So as long as it's snowing, as long as there's snow on the ground, building a snowman is so much fun. And a caveat to building a snowman, after you have it built, doing a snowball fight. Like that is just top tier childhood activities, to build a snowman, have a snowball fight, and just being outside. In the wintertime, we're always stuck inside. Going outside will boost your mood no matter what, so I always like to be outside. The next one is a winter festival. And a caveat to that would be any sort of winter walk or like Christmas shopping walk. So many local stores have like their little towns, like shop local, where you can get Christmas ornaments, you can get Christmas decor, you can get Christmas presents, and they have it set up on, okay, like this weekend we're doing discounts, or this weekend we're, you know, having a special sale, and it can be really good for the small business owners and for you to get your shopping done. The next winter activity that you can do with friends is having a movie marathon. I love to every single year watch the Harry Potter movies. I think it's so fun, so cozy. They usually have Christmas trees in each of the movies. Like it's very wintry and it's very like just nostalgic and all the things. So having a movie marathon like that, or even like a Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3, any sort of marathon, maybe it's like all day on a Sunday or all day on a Saturday when the weather is really bad outside but you want to like be cozy and come inside. I always love a movie marathon. And speaking of having your friends come over, the next one on the list is having a game night. Having your friends over to play traditional board games, card games, or even something like Jackbox TV where you can hook it up to the TV and everybody has it on their phones. I just think a game night is so nostalgic, and not a lot of people host game nights anymore. Usually it's like, oh, let's go down to the bar, you know, in comparison to having your friends come over, having homemade snacks, playing board games, and being able to connect on a deeper level. During the holidays, there are so many sweet treats to be enjoyed and to be created in the kitchen. Hosting a little like baking day with your friends would be so fun. You can make cookies, you can make brownies, you can make sugar cookies, gingerbread houses. Like, the ideas are like galore. There's so many, but having your friends come over, doing a little baking or cooking class, you know, DIY style, would be so much fun and a perfect way to spend an afternoon or a day, especially if the weather is bad. One of my personal favorite things to do during the winter time is to look at all of the holiday lights. I love driving down to the really nice parts of the neighborhood, checking out their elaborate displays of lights. Doing this always makes me think that I am a part of like the Grinch movie or Home Alone, and just being able to look at the lights is a really affordable way. You're, you know, hanging out with your friends, you can play your own Christmas music, and it doesn't cost anything to actually look at the lights, right? Like, it's free for your viewing. And I love Christmas lights. A few other things that you can do with your friends involve going to an indoor trampoline park, going to an art gallery, visiting a local museum. These are all things that don't really take that much planning. They might be a ticketed event, but really and truly you can catch a tour, you can sign up for it, and there's not really going to be any sort of you know, resistance to actually go and do these things. Plus, everyone can enjoy them. It's not that hard to, you know, get a group or even have one or two people. While I think a lot of people put emphasis on like going shopping and buying things and the consumer side of Christmas and the holidays, I think that window shopping is also really good when you're trying to get your own list and not necessarily needing to buy anything. But it used to be an event to go to the mall. It used to be an event to go shopping. So even to go and like explore and see these things, you don't necessarily have to buy anything. You could be compiling your list or saving things for later. Like, oh, like I already got my mother-in-law a gift, but maybe for Mother's Day, like this would be the perfect gift. Window shopping is so much fun, and I definitely think that it can be an event if you make it one. If you had a successful cooking day and you made gingerbread, you could have a gingerbread house building contest, or you can just buy one of those pre-made kits and put it together. Gingerbread smells so good, and I love the artistic side of it, of gluing the balls together and putting the little gumdrop roof together. Gingerbread making is always a crowd pleaser. Most of the towns have a Christmas tree lighting ceremony, so if you could figure out when your town has a lighting tree service, or maybe a local town, like if you missed your own, but usually the big tree in the center of the town is so pretty, and also it's really fun to watch it get lit up, and just everyone's energy in the air of like, oh, it's Christmas, is so much fun, and I love any sort of tree lighting service. If you want to make sure that this holiday season is the best it's ever been for you, volunteering your time at a place that helps those in need can be so impactful, and also you're doing something good for others who can't do it for themselves. You can volunteer, you can donate. I know a lot of communities, schools, churches have like Christmas tree angels, where you purchase things that a child in need has on their Christmas list. There's so many opportunities out there. So volunteering your time or donating is amazing during the holidays, and can be a lot of fun if you bring your friends and family members into it as a group effort. And the last one I'll leave with you is any sort of do-it-yourself crafts. I love wreath making, Christmas tree ornament making. There are so many do-it-yourself websites. Pinterest is a great spot to find some of those things. TikTok, like there are, if you want to get crafty, there are tons of ways to get your fingers dirty and to pull out the glitter. Hopefully those ideas have sparked some sort of creative energy inside of you so that you can get your friends and family together and hang out for the holidays. There is nothing like coming together and just creating something magical, whether that's a memory or a craft or a cookie or any of the things. Personally, I am so excited to go ice skating, and it's just about time, so I'm going to get ready. I have everything I need. It's finally the time. We are about to go ice skating at Crown Center. I have not been for the past couple years, so I know it will absolutely be so much fun with some of my bestest friends and also new ones. I made sure to grab deodorant and throw it in my bag because I know as soon as we get on ice, I'm gonna get a little sweaty and out of breath and all the things. So I was like, gotta make sure I have the deodorant, gotta make sure I have my coat and my gloves. I don't have a hat, so that's the only thing. I don't have a hat, but we are gonna pick up Kennedy, one of my friends, and then we're gonna meet everybody at the ice rink. Okay, the sky on the way to the ice rink is literally stunning. Okay, I just got to the parking garage. I am putting my wallet in my new coat. Luckily, it has these nice little pockets right here, so I can shove my wallet right there. Perfection. And then of course I have my gloves and my big scarf. It is like the perfect weather today, so it should be so much fun. Weather, but I will say I was so glad to have picked this coat up from Target last night. I absolutely felt like a little kid again on the ice, and I had an absolute blast. Thank you so much for watching Vlogmas day number 6. I hope that you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!